This is the Off the Beaten Path podcast with Ben Merritt.
This is the Zach Brown Band.
The Van Perry.
Hey, I'm Taylor Swift.
And you won't be hearing any of that here.
Sand and beaches so wide with your fireworks booming in your sky, lighting up your night. Yeah, here we come. And hey, small town, middle of nowhere links, here comes the boards to catch your wake and soak up some rays. Yeah, here we come. Yeah, so get ready, 'cause we bout to roll on in. We got the shined up bright shades on our eyes, coolers in the back full of beer and ice, with the sun-kissed legs and cut-off jeans, on the girls in the front in the shotgun seat. So party it up, throw it on down, nothing but good times all around. If you're with me, oh, everybody sing. Swing with, so here we come, and we'll be counting on you, old radio, to play us those jams that we all know everywhere we go. So here we come. Hey, we got the shined up bright shades on our eyes, coolers in the back full of beer and ice, with the sun-kissed legs and cut-off jeans, on the girls in the front in the shotgun seat. So party it up, throwing on down, nothing but good times all around. If you're with me, oh, everybody sing. Everybody sing. Whoa, 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 we got the shined up bright shades on our eyes, coolers in the back full of beer and ice, with the sun-kissed legs and cut-off jeans, on the girls in the front in the shotgun seat. So party it up, throwing on down, nothing but good times all around. If you're with me, oh, everybody sing. Everybody sing. Whoa, 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 So here we come. So here we come.
Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt. And again, we are back for another episode. And we're starting it all off with a guy who's written for some really big names. That is Adam Sanders and his tune, Here We Go. Check him out on Twitter at Adam Sanders Live and on Facebook at Adam Sanders Music. And as I said earlier, he's written for some pretty big names. He's written for Luke Bryan and Scotty McCreery and some other pretty big names that you probably have heard of. Whereas Adam Sanders is the reason why we're here. He's a name that you probably haven't heard of unless you're a big writer credit fan, which some of you are. I understand that. Makes sense. Those are the guys that are actually putting the words in your favorite singer's mouth, so that just makes sense. But Adam Sanders, Here We Come. That is the name of that tune right here on Off the Beaten Path podcast. Welcome back. This episode, we'll be chatting with a guy who's getting a lot of credit lately, but I've been a fan of his ever since way back when. His very first single was called What They're Biting On. Then he had Hot Mess, then Hello Goodbye. And his current one is called Redneck Crazy. We're talking to Mr. Tyler Farr. He is coming up in a little bit. He's still like right there on that cusp of who? Exactly. So that's why you're going to listen to him coming up in just a little bit. But right now, here's Mr. Jason Jones. Check him out on Twitter and again on Facebook. He's making it easy for you. They're both Jonesville. That's how you get into it. And this one's kind of the perfect summer love song. And see, now we are right there on the cusp of summer. It's getting warm out finally. Yeah. Here it is, Jason Jones with his tune Ferris Wheel. It's Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
It's gonna go a little something like this. I'm gonna lean in to give you a kiss. You're gonna get a little tingle in your lips, and I bet you want another. I've been waiting for a pretty long time, been standing in a pretty long line. Now I'm staring in your pretty little eyes, girl, don't you make me suffer. I'm about to show you some love. Girl, I think you best buckle up. Look at our small town spinning around. We've got our feet dangling high off the ground. Can you believe, baby, how good it feels? Falling in love on a Ferris wheel. Falling in love. I can see the top of your house. Bet your daddy's getting worried by now. Probably got that telescope out and he hits my arms around you. Operator says I'm sorry we're stuck. I say, girl, how lucky for us. Look at our small town spinning around. We've got our feet dangling high off the ground. Can you believe, baby, how good it feels? Falling in love on a Ferris wheel. Look what we found, 100 feet off the ground. Don't you look down, look at me in our small town spinning around. We've got our feet dangling high off the ground. Can you believe, baby, how good it feels? Falling in love, falling in love. Look at our small town spinning around. We've got our feet dangling high off the ground. Can you believe, baby, how good it feels? Falling in love on a Ferris wheel. Falling in love on a Ferris wheel. Falling in love. We go round, 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 we go round on a Ferris wheel. Falling in love.
Off the Beaten Path podcast is on Facebook. Like our page at Off the Beaten Path.
You ain't country cause your four-wheel drive is the latest step aside that's smoking hot, fresh off the lot. You ain't country cause them boots you're wearing shine up like a diamond ring. It don't mean a thing, at least not to me. You can't make that claim, it don't work that way. You gotta earn that name. You ain't country till you've been cow tipping, till you've been skinny dipping with something sweet off in some creek. You ain't country till you've stuck a truck knee deep out in a field of mud way back in the sticks. That's how it is. Late to bed and back up early. You ain't country till your boots are dirty. You ain't country till you've helped your neighbor do someone in need a favor. Take up the slack, give something back. You ain't country till you pull a plow behind a tractor, break some ground and stir up some dust. Yeah, that's a must. Life rolls on like a wheel, and knowing that's the deal, you gotta dig in your heels. You ain't country till you've been cow tipping, till you've been skinny dipping with something sweet off in some creek. You ain't country till you've stuck a truck knee deep out in a field of mud sticks. That's how it is. Late to bed and back up early. You ain't country till your boots are dirty. Till you've been cow tipping, till you've been skinny dipping with something sweet off in some creek. You ain't country till you stuck a truck knee deep out in a field of mud way back in the sticks. That's how it is. Late to bed and back up early. You ain't country till your boots are dirty. Till your boots are dirty.
It's Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt. Again, thank you for hanging out here. And again, we were just listening to Leah Seawright, Until Your Boots Are Dirty. Check her out on Twitter and Facebook, Leah Seawright. And Leah will be at the CMA Music Fest in a couple of weeks. So if you're heading on down to Nashville for CMA Music Fest, look for her. She'll be there signing autographs, spreading her word as well. So again, it is going to be an awesome time for Leah and fans of Leah. Ben Merritt hanging out with you with Off the Beaten Path podcast. My point of this show is to spread the word about up-and-coming artists. You know, maybe a few that you haven't heard of before. Maybe some you have, and you're just getting a little bit more of a taste. So again, Leah Seawright, you probably have heard of her. She's gotten a little bit of play on radio. Not a ton, though. So that's why we're here. But this guy you probably haven't heard too much about, actually, because he's still pretty young in the game. Actually, first, I want to mention I am talking to Tyler Farr this episode. And in doing so, I have to preface it because I talked to Tyler probably 2 months ago, I'm going to say, just about 2 months ago, when it was still really cold out, and he was coming to town. I live in northern Wisconsin. He was coming to town to do a show, so I was talking to him about, coming to town, also, a lot of, so anyway, just prefacing it, whatever. It's still a great interview. So again, got Tyler Farr on this episode, so he's coming up in just a little bit. But right now, Mr. Brandon Lay, check him out on Twitter. It's Brandon Lay, L-A-Y Band, Brandon Lay Band on Twitter and Facebook. He's a big big basketball fan. He was a former college player too, until the music bug bit him. And we're kind of glad that happened because, let's face it, you're more likely to make it big in music than professional sports. So here is Brandon Lay off the hardwood and on your podcast with Need Me to Be. Here we go. It's Off the Beaten Path podcast with me, Ben Merritt.
I'll be your shelter on a rainy night in Georgia. And I'll be the smoky mountain air you need to breathe. I'll be your sunshine on the coast of California. Girl, I'll be wherever you need me to be. Well, I searched high and low, but I can't seem to find it. Well, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have had the words to say. 'Cause when you said goodbye, girl, I tried to deny it. So please hear my song before you walk away. I'll be your shelter on a rainy night in Georgia. I'll be the smoky mountain air you need to breathe. I'll be your sunshine on the coast of California. Girl, I'll be wherever you need me to be.
Caught in a storm, so hopeless and desperate. Got me needing you in the worst kind of a way. Days are getting long, nights are getting restless.